Looking for an English getaway off the beaten path? Hop aboard a heritage railway and join us on a journey through rolling hills, charming stations, and hidden English villages, where time seems to stand still. Hello everyone, welcome to Cat Couple Chronicles. In mid-June, we set off on a 16-day adventure to the UK. Our plan was to explore England with a couple of days reserved for Scotland. After landing at the Heathrow airport, we hopped on a train to Paddington station. From there, another train carried us to Cheltenham Spa, which would be our home for the next 3 days. At the Cheltenham Spa station, we caught a bus into the city centre. Our hotel was an easy 4 minutes walk from there. By around 7:30 in the evening, we had checked in. A delicious dinner at a cozy Vietnamese restaurant nearby was the perfect way to wind down before calling it a night. The next morning, we were excited to experience the Gloucestershire-Warwickshire steam railway. This heritage railway is kept alive by nearly 900 passionate volunteers, running charming steam and vintage diesel trains over 14 miles of stunning Cotswolds countryside. Tickets are £28 per adult and you can easily book them online. As the train pulled out, cheerful goodbyes from the volunteers warmed our hearts. A cool breeze carried the scent of the steam engine smoke, instantly transporting me back to childhood summers spent travelling by train to Kolkata. That old familiar mix of the whistle, the clank of the wheels, and the smoky air felt like stepping into a living memory. No wonder the railway welcomes over 125,000 visitors every year. On our way to Broadway from Cheltenham Racecourse, the train would pass through 5 quaint stations. Because we have chosen a steam train, it wouldn't be stopping at Hales Abbey Halt, which only sees the diesel service. Our first stop was Gotherington. We were in the last coach, so we had to look quite a distance to see the little platform, just big enough for 2 coaches. Interesting, isn't it? The Cotswolds are famous for rolling hills and postcard-perfect villages, and the landscape truly lives up to its designation as an area of outstanding natural beauty. Before long, we passed through the Great Tunnel, named after a nearby village, and arrived in Winchcombe, a medieval Saxon town crowned by Sudeley Castle. The castle's 10 gardens and the resting place of Catherine Parr, who was the 6th wife of King Henry VIII, make it a wonderful stop. The ride to Broadway usually takes about an hour. Once there, visitors often explore the village or hike up to the Broadway Tower. We decided instead to walk to Snowshill, a lovely 1 hour 15 minutes trek. The countryside beyond Winchcombe was sprinkled with wildflowers. Toddington. At Toddington, more volunteers waved us on, just like in days gone by. We go past several horse farms before rolling into Broadway, the final station. Doesn't this remind you of the old horror movies where the lone station master would be seen holding a lantern on a stormy night? From Broadway, we began our walk to Snowshill. As we neared the Broadway village, we passed by artists sketching along the roadside. This lady in a gown looked straight out from a Jane Austen novel. Near a heritage cottage, a bumblebee hovered over foxgloves. Cotswold is also known for its sheep, and we found some grazing and resting on a farm. A squirrel made a sudden and welcome appearance. We passed by St Barnabas Church. This is a 12th century church surrounded by weathered gravestones. We have almost arrived in Snowshill now. That car turning off to the right is on its way to Snowshill Manor. The manor is quite a fascinating place. It holds an extraordinary collection of furniture, musical instruments, craft tools, toys, clocks, bicycles, and even armor, all gathered by the architect Charles Wade between 1900 and 1951. As intriguing as it sounded, we decided to skip the manor and headed straight into the village. At last, we arrived in Snowshill. As I said earlier, this is a 1 hour 15 minutes walk, but it took us nearly 1 hour 45 minutes, mainly because we stopped at numerous locations to see, photograph, and enjoy the surroundings, and it was worth it. Honey-colored limestone cottages gave the place a peaceful, timeless beauty. This looks exactly like Arlington Row in Bibury, which is a major tourist attraction, but without the crowds. At the top of the village stood St Barnabas Church with a bright red telephone booth beside it, adding a splash of colour to the scene. The church was built in 1864. Because of our unhurried walk, we didn't have time to visit the pub as planned. We had to head straight back to catch the 15:20 train, the last one of the day. But before boarding, we managed to buy 2 ice creams. The honey and ginger one was studded with bits of crystallized ginger, which was absolutely delicious. Exploring the Cotswolds was such a special experience. If you love wandering off the beaten path and soaking up authentic charm, Snowshill is the perfect spot. For us, choosing Snowshill over Bibury turned out to be the best decision. I only wish we had more time to linger and take it all in. And with that, our little adventure through Cotswolds comes to a close. It was a day filled with simple joys and beautiful views. Hope you enjoyed exploring Cotswolds with us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.